Alright, what's going on, guys? iHeart here. It's 10 o'clock. I have work in 7 hours. I am tired. I want to go to bed, but I wanted to get this video out. Nintendo Direct today sucked. I'll just be honest. There's a lot of games I hate. There's like 5 games I named total that are okay. I'm going to go right down the list, tell you which ones I like, which ones I don't like, my opinion, what they could have done better. Yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright, so they kicked off. No, they didn't kick it off with this, but on the website they did. So that's Nintendo's mistake. Thanks for not putting in order, by the way. So basically, Splatoon 3. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. It's a great little FPS game from Nintendo. I thought this was definitely going to happen eventually. I didn't think it was going to be this soon. I feel like Splatoon 2 just kind of came out. When you think about it, I mean, the Switch is like, what, 7 years old now? So I guess Splatoon 2 would be 7 years old. It looks great. There's a lot of things I would change about Splatoon 2, but there's a lot of things I would keep the same. To me, there just wasn't enough to hook the older audience. Kids, teens, it seems like it performed great. But I'm 21. I tried playing it. I really did. I tried playing it on stream. I tried playing it by myself. I tried playing it with friends. I couldn't get hooked. I don't know what it was about it, but something, in the game just wasn't clicking with me. Something didn't feel right. I could never aim right. I felt like I was trying to shoot at somebody. I was shooting way over here. I couldn't get the aim right. Maybe I just suck. That could be it too. But this is a super good game, and I think if they did everything right, this could compete with other FPSs such as Call of Duty and stuff like that, just because of the art style alone. Obviously, you're not going to get your hardcore, Warzone players, Apex players, Escape from Tarkov even. You're not going to get them over here, but you're going to get a good amount of people that want an FPS. Right now, the FPS genre is so dead. It's the same thing over and over. And Splatoon could be that refreshing bite that the FPS genre needs. And it could be that extra kick that Nintendo needs to be able to get their name out there in the multiplayer world. They don't have a lot of games that have that multiplayer kick. I get that's not Nintendo's main goal, but as technology advances, as games grow, multiplayer is starting to become a thing that you need. It's starting to become something that people look for. Single player games are great. I love like Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, 3D World even. But you're going to have these multiplayer titles with a console, or your console's just not going to do good. That's what it comes down to. So in my opinion, this was a great thing to release. I don't know about announcing it a year out from its release, but I mean, this kind of is the only big thing that happened in the Direct. So let's just get into the next on the list. Alright, next up was a new hero in Smash. I love Smash. I love Smash. Look, this is how much I love Smash. I bought the wireless GameCube controller. Do you have it? I guess not. But this is not what I wanted in Smash. I know a lot of people do. This is great for a lot of people. But I feel like every character release recently has been like a Final Fantasy, Xenoblade. Is it Xenoblade? I forget what the game is. Just this art style. And when I think Smash, I don't think of that. I think of like a Mario goofy art style. So to me, the next release was going to be like Crash Bandicoot. No, they hit you with this. I think it was a good. Obviously, anything you're going to do with Smash is good. If you're adding a new character, more selection, I mean, dear God, the roster's huge already. But to me, they could have picked someone else. I think the Smash roster is getting to a point where eventually, I don't know who they're going to add. Crash Bandicoot was the only one I could think of, besides adding like a Conker, which is something they'll never do. One of their most beloved titles, but something they'll never do. Overall, is a decent announcement. I think the character looks sick if we just skip to it. The design is awesome, plain and simple. And I guess she like morphs into another character. I don't know these two enough to tell you anything about it. So for me, it was like a meh. But for other people are excited. That's great. Overall, pretty good announcement. Nothing that I would call home to mom for though. Next one. All right. Next up, we had Monster Hunter. I'll be honest. I hate Monster Hunter. I think it sucks. It's boring. It's not my flavor. It's not my cup of tea. dude, I feel like I could shit out a better game. But most people love it. A lot of people do. A lot of people love this. It's Capcom. I've never been a fan of Capcom. I can't think of one title that Capcom has that I would love. Mickey D's, baby. I love it. Overall, I think it was a decent announcement. I know a lot of people are excited for it. Just not me. This Direct, to me, it just wasn't fit for my taste. A lot of people, maybe. Me, not so much. Let's go into the next game. Alright. This game right here was the highlight of the Direct. Mario, Tiger Woods, head-to-head, baby, in golf. This is one of the best games they've released in a very long time, in my opinion. It's a revival of a beloved series. I think the last golf game was on the GameCube even. I really don't know. Don't quote me on that. But dude, I mean, you can't go wrong with this. It's an awesome game. People love it. I think it's going to do great on the Switch, especially if they do online. If they don't have online, I don't see it doing as good. But here's the thing. If they put online in, you cannot have the internet connections you have in Mario Tennis Aces. I'm sick of swinging and the ball being back here. The connection in Mario Tennis Aces is terrible. It is terrible. It makes the game not worth playing because the story mode lasts 4 hours. You can beat that. Okay, now what? I'm going to play online and go lag my ass off against other people? No. So, I think they can nail this game if they do it right, but if they do it wrong, it's going to end up just like Mario Tennis Aces with 15 average viewers on Twitch. Next game. Alright, next game was Zelda. Skyward Sword HD, which was a port from the Wii. A game a lot of Zelda fans have forgotten about. Not a ton of your, like, obviously your hardcore Zelda fans know what it is. But you take me, for example, I completely forgot this game existed. I've never even played it. I didn't even know it was a thing. So for me, it was cool because it's going to be a new experience for me. It looks cool. I love the art style in it. But at the same time, it does look very outdated. And what pissed a lot of people off, which, okay, was kind of funny. They started out with showing the head of the Zelda franchise, whatever you want to call it. He came out. I think they're about to show it right here. Hold on. Yeah, okay, so he came out, everybody was like, oh, Breath of the Wild 2. No, it's not Breath of the Wild 2. It's Skyward Sword HD. Because they don't have enough ready for Breath of the Wild 2. Here's what pisses me off about that. Breath of the Wild 2 has been announced now for what, like a year probably? Maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. When Corona hit, in my head, I figured that was going to be prime time for gaming. They had all this time on their hands, they're at home, all these people are wanting games. There are people craving games. For 7 months you couldn't buy a Nintendo Switch. I mean, it was insane. And the fact that these companies are so not ready blows my mind. How is Breath of the Wild 2 not even just a better trailer? I mean, come on, dude. You're giving us a Wii game on the Switch. Okay, so the next Donkey Kong is going to be Donkey Kong 64 port? Overall, I think it's cool for me. At the same time, it just shows you how lazy Nintendo has been lately. I mean, this entire Direct shows you how lazy Nintendo has been. 500 and something days, and they finally have a Direct, and this is what it is. A port from the Wii. Come on, dude. You gotta give us something more. The Nintendo community right now is dry. Dry. I'm talking more dry than a stripper in church. It's bad. We have to have something coming out. Overall, I think these are cool. The Joy-Cons are cool. I'm going to buy those. I'll be honest with you. I think it's sick. But for people... For me, yeah, it's a cool release, but for other people, this sucks. Especially the hardcore Zelda fans. So overall, it was meh, but let's just get into the next game. Alright, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. I figured this game was meant for the Switch. This is not a surprise to me. I think it's awesome. I probably won't get it for the Switch. I already have it on Steam, and I think that's going to be a lot of people's thinking. Unless you are only a Switch player, a lot of people already have this game. Why would they buy it on Switch? I think the best thing Fall Guys could do is make it cross-platform, which I think they have. Don't quote me. I want to say they have. But overall, decent little announcement. Something I would expect out of a Nintendo Direct. You know, It's not out of the ordinary. It's nothing surprising, but it's still pretty cool in itself. Like, it's Fall Guys. You can't hate the game. So let's just get into the next game. All right, the next game was Outer Wilds, I believe is what it is. I'm kind of confused on what the game is about. What I know is that it's 22 minutes. Every 22 minutes, the world destroys, but you remember everything after death. And you're just discovering new things. It seems pretty cool, the basis of it. It's something new. It's something people haven't had in a while. So I could see this working out pretty good. For a Nintendo Direct, not bad. Let's get into the next game.
Put your sleuthing skills to the test in 2 classic murder.
I don't even want to talk about it. Alright. Samurai Warrior 5. This one wasn't bad either. I think it was kind of cool. From what I can tell, it's a lot like a Hyrule Warrior type game, where it's the 1 versus 1,000, you know? Here's my problem with it. I don't see them being able to justify buying this game over the Hyrule Warriors. I mean, what's your point? When you can take, you know, classic characters like Link and Zelda, Sheik, you know, all of them, and then you get these characters that nobody knows about, why would you do that? To me, it seems more like a Japanese game, which I could honestly bet money that's what it is. To me, not the best thing they could have came out with, but nonetheless, it's content for some people, so let's just move on. Alright, so the next one is Legend of Mana. This one, the only reason I liked this one was the artwork. I've never seen any kind of artwork like this. It's kind of like a Square Enix vibe, but with a more cartoony background, which I like. It looks cool. Would I play it? Hell no. It looks boring as hell. But the art looks cool anyways. Let's get into the next one. Alright, so the video before this one was more of like a compilation of kind of the games they were getting at. Like Capcom Arcade, which I believe came out today. And also like a off-brand Borderlands because they're too lazy and don't know how to make any more games. So this one looks stupid. I hate it. I think it should definitely be deleted off Switch. It looks terrible. I hate the main character. I hate the story behind it. I think it was just a filler. It looks like they could have made this in a Minecraft coding. But anyways, let's get into the next game. Okay, so the next game is called Neon White. This one seemed like pretty cool when they were first announcing it. Assassins in Heaven. I've never heard of something like that. You know, you have the cool cross sword. But this is my biggest problem with it, the UI. The UI is absolutely disgusting. This does not belong on the Switch. It belongs in the garbage. I don't think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to do any sales. I really think they're wasting their money on this one. But what do I know? I'm just a player, right? Next game.
The DC superhero girls are here.
Why?
Save the day.
Hi everyone, my name's Barb.
Alright, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborhoodville. Or Neighborville, sorry. This one, I mean, it's just like Fall Guys. I think it was a classic. Definitely should have been put on the Switch a long time ago. I think it'll do great, especially for the kids. It's just, overall, it's an amazing game. You go out there, you kick some grass, baby. I think it was definitely a good decision on their part, and I'm very excited to see how it performs on the Switch. Let's get into the next game. Miitopia, baby. So this one I was kind of excited for until I googled it and found out it was a 2016 game. When is Nintendo gonna give us something new? Alright, Animal Crossing Super Mario mashup. To me, this is awesome. I love the Animal Crossing games. And honestly, I love Mario. You can tell by my profile picture. You can tell by the art I have done for my Twitch streams. I love Mario. And this is just combining two of my favorite games and making just an awesome little, a nice little pie, if you will. And I'm going to stick my face in that pie and absorb it. So overall, 10 out of 10 on this one. Star Wars Hunters. We don't know much on this game. This is all you really get. Character, Stormtrooper. Don't know who that is. Looks like a Chewbacca. And you got that door and the trailer's done. So what this game's about, I don't know. It says squad-based multiplayer game, but how do we know what that is? I think they should have shown a little bit more. But I'm kind of excited for it, I'm not going to lie. I have a weird little Star Wars itch that needs to be scratched. So we'll see how that one turns out. Okay, the next one was Knockout City. This one actually looked pretty decent. I'm very interested in it. It looks like a, you know, like a Ninjala type game, if you will. And it's kind of weird. The only thing I don't understand is, so you're throwing balls at them, right? How do you aim that?
For Valen's next project, we
I mean,
partnered with EA
the way they're throwing this, you would need expert aim. The character model's amazing, but let's see, watch. So there's got to be a tracker on the ball. Okay, there's a tracker on the ball. My bad. But anyways, it looks awesome. I think it's going to be a great game. Does it deserve a Nintendo Direct appearance? I don't think so. But could turn out being a pretty cool game. Little time burner, if you will. Let's get to the next one. World's End.
If you had gone down the right path.
Alright, Hades. I thought this was a gimme, you know. The physical release with all the collection edition. Somebody had to do it, which is awesome. Will I pick it up? No, because I haven't played the game. It's not really my style. I'm not a huge hack and slash person. But overall, I think it was a decent little announcement for a Nintendo Direct. Alright, we're getting towards the end here. This is Ninja Gaiden, but it's the collection. I think it was a waste of time, a waste of effort, and a waste of a Nintendo Direct announcement. They should have never done this. It looks stupid. I'll never play it. I don't know of anybody else that will. Yeah, let's get into the next one. A DLC announcement for Hyrule Warriors. I think this was an excellent Nintendo Direct announcement. This is what a Nintendo Direct should be. Good games, getting good announcements. DLC for this was a gimme. I think everybody knew this was coming. I'm excited for it. I've actually been debated getting Hyrule Warriors, playing it on stream. Maybe even make a series on my YouTube about it. I'm not sure. But it does look pretty sick. It's like the 1 versus 1000, much like that samurai game, which proves my point more. Why would somebody get that game when this is out? I don't know. But overall, I thought it was a great announcement. Yeah, so let's get into the next one. Okay, so the rest of the announcements were a lot of just JRPGs, turn-based games, things nobody really cares about. Oh my god, your English is bad. And the way you can tell they don't care about it, whoa, more games on Nintendo Switch for real? So you can't waste a panel on it? Nice. And they also announced a Monster Hunter Switch and Switch Pro controller, which is cool. I'm big on the Nintendo Switch collecting. I love it, but I wouldn't waste my money on that. I'm not a Monster Hunter fan. To me, it just looks stupid. It's bland. They could have done something even better by making, like, let's see, a Mario Golf Switch. Could you imagine how sick that would be? Having 2 clubs as your handles. Whoa. A Splatoon 3 Switch, I think, is a gimme. I do think they will make that, considering there was a Splatoon Wii U, if I'm not wrong, which I would assume they would port over to the Switch, because as far as I know, there's not a Splatoon Switch. But overall, this Nintendo Direct, in my opinion, if I'm just giving my conclusion on all of it, it sucked. The content was dry. It was just a remake of a bunch of games, a bunch of ports is what it seems like. And to me, that's not a Nintendo Direct. A Nintendo Direct is announcing Smash, announcing Mario Odyssey, announcing Breath of the Wild. Which sucks because you have some good titles like Splatoon 3 and Mario Golf that kind of carried the Direct. That's all people are talking about. You see people talking about the Skyward Sword HD, but I promise you it's not anything good. I've seen a lot of dirty words on Twitter lately, and a lot of it starts with The Legend of Zelda. So overall, I think it was just a terrible, terrible, terrible Nintendo Direct. You have a couple good apples in the bunch, like the Mario themed DLC for Animal Crossing, the DLC for Hyrule Warriors, obviously the Mario Golf, the Fall Guys, the Splatoon 3, the Zelda I'm excited for, but I know a lot of people are not. Overall, it just felt very, very, very poorly done. I would love to see Nintendo come back from this somehow. I'm not sure what it would take. To me, I think releasing a Diamond and Pearl remake for the Switch would be a great start. A lot of people were expecting a Pokemon announcement on this one. A lot of people were expecting a Breath of the Wild 2 announcement. I just feel like the Switch is not getting the love it needs, which sucks because it's such an amazing console. But anyways, that's my opinion. Let me know your opinions in the comments. Maybe a lot of people like this one. Maybe it's just my opinion. If you did like it, screw you. I hate your opinion. But otherwise, leave a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Hit the bell thingy to figure out when I upload a video, and also turn on notifications on Twitch to find out when I'm live. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.